coming soon to theaters.
Good morning, vlog. Hi. Welcome to Scorpio Sound. I'm coming to you naked in my bed. So I just woke up. Also, do you like my eyebrows? This is what happens when you bleach your eyebrows and then 3 days later they start growing back. Love that for us. I've decided I am pursuing my dreams of being an unhinged vlogger. I'm living my Trisha Paytas dreams. Soon, one day, you're going to see me having a mental breakdown on my kitchen floor. And that's fine. I think the world needs more of that. I think the world we're living in, we need to go back to that. So that's why I'm here doing this. But also, I don't know. This is something I've always wanted to do, so we're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna fucking go for it. Also, I have so many fun things coming up this week. It all like I got all these things like a long time in advance, but they've all kind of like lined up in the next like 2 weeks. So I'm gonna bring you along for all the fun things I do. Tonight we got a concert, but first I need to go get a haircut because she's a little bit rat nasty on the bottom. I did my roots, like they were grown out to about here. I did it all myself and like it didn't turn out bad, but I definitely need a trim, so gonna go get a haircut this morning. And then also I'm back. I'm not going to disturb the curls. Just gonna let them chill for a bit and then they'll look better tonight. But they look so cute. I think this is the winner. I think this is good. This is like chill, not insane, not going to like fly apart in the mosh pit. We're just gonna I can do my flying sidekick, so I'm set. The kitties. We also need to energy drink because we're old and we can't concert the way we used to. They're playing Under Oath. It looks so cute. That was like the best show ever. Look at my eyebrows. They actually look ratchet right now. They look fucking ratchet. Fuck it. Dude, how do people keep up with maintaining bleached eyebrows? Because like this is after a fucking week. A week. Look at how much they've grown. I did a lot of in the pit. I was twerking up against my friend and I was just like,
3 weeks later.
Gardening break. You saw nothing. You saw nothing.
But something I wanted to talk about in this high I am feeling, this absolute just rush and surge of energy, is I love concerts. I always have and I always fucking will. And it's something for me growing up, like it was my escape. It was my it was my fucking life. Like, it saved my life. It was a way for me to take all the rage that I felt and put it into something that was not self-destructive. So I think the pit and the community of, I don't even know what I would umbrella it as, like just the whole alternative rock and like metal community, it saved me when I was a kid. And like over 10 years ago now, and I'm 25, and I'm like, I went to a bunch of concerts last week, and I'm like, I feel like I'm connecting with my teenage self. Like, I came home from seeing Joyce Manor and Militarie Gun, and I was laying in my bed with a signed set list that I got, and I like had memories of when I was like 14, fucking coming home from seeing like Asking Alexandria or whatever the fuck I was listening to, and like laying in my bed doing the exact same thing. And it feels so healing. It feels so like full circle for me, because I lost that for a while. There was like a couple years, I would say around like COVID, that time, where I really did like lose myself, and yeah, I was trying to be something that I wasn't, and it just feels so healing to be here. And I just feel like I'm in a new like reality, if that makes sense. I don't know if this does make sense, but we're trying this thing called putting our thoughts out there, even if they're high thoughts. Do you want to see my nails? Aren't they so cute? They're so cute. They're so cute. They're so cute. I saw Joyce Manor, but I also saw Militarie Gun. Militarie Gun opened up for them. And, oh, 2 other bands opened up for them. Combat, they're really good. I need to check them out more. And then Teenage Mortgage. I know a couple of their songs, but they were really good. Fun punk energy. And then Militarie Gun, and that was amazing. I'd seen them once before in 2024, and they were amazing. I saw them on their headliner, and this time, I don't know, I think I just needed it. I needed that experience. Their music has always been about, I don't know, for me it's just, I think Ian, the lead singer, is I read an article where he's like, I feel things to the like deepest extent of them for like 15 minutes. I'm a very like melodramatic person, and I'm the same way. And I think their music has always like captured that energy in it, and I think that's why I resonate with it so much. Yeah, I needed that. I needed that scream. I needed that, like, just release of energy and rage out. And I let myself be. You know, I'm a loud, big bitch. I take up space, okay? I draw attention. And I just had fun, and I let it all out. I was screeching at the top of my lungs. You'll hear it. Also, side note, the live version of Never Fucked Up Once is the best live version ever. Like, I think it's better than the recorded version, to be honest. I don't know. It's like in a different tone, and it sounds more nostalgic, I think. Also, they had an amazing set list, front to back, no skips, okay? They played Pressure Cooker. Will Logic, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. But at the end of the set, so I was like right at the barricade. I was right behind one person at the barricade. And I put my hand out for the set list because everyone's trying to get it. And then somebody tries to get it and he's like, no, give it to her. And he was pointing to me. And I took it. And then he came down and I shook his hand. And I was like, I love you so much. And yeah, and then later on I was watching Joyce Manor's set. Corner to go to the bathroom, saw Ian at the merch table, so I went to go get a shirt, and then I was like, hi, and then we had a lovely chat, and he signed my set list for me, and then I got a little picture, we were flipping the bird.
Okay, I think I got it.
It was just so awesome to see him, and it felt like, oh, he was like, the one thing that I remember was that he's like, yeah, I play favorites with who I see in the crowd. And I was like, I'm your favorite, thank you. Boost to my ego. And yeah, like I said, that article I read of his where he was just like talking about how like hardcore and punk really taught him to not abstract his emotions and just feel things and say what he means. That really inspires me, and I think it just felt like a pat on the shoulder to be recognized by someone who I really respect on an artistic level, for him to be like, yo, give you the set list. I was like, that's like a keep on going, keep being who you are. That's how I feel about that. So I'm really grateful for that experience. I needed it. So yeah. Hi vlog. Did you miss me? I am at an Airbnb right now. I'm just packing up. I think I'm pretty much done. Oh, my tattoo has healed. It's looking so cutesy. Izzy did such an amazing job. Check her out. I will post her in the link below so you can check out her work. But yeah, it reminds me of when I was in, I think I was in 9th grade, possibly. My first time I did mushrooms. I was in my friend's basement and we were watching Alice in Wonderland, and I'll never forget, I started the trip. It started when I saw the flowers talking, and it felt like I entered another like dimension. It was beautiful. So when I saw this tattoo, I was like, well, I gotta get it. And then it also kind of like curves like a scorpion stinger kinda, and like, you know, we're a Scorpio, so it's meant for me. But yeah, that was super fun. It's healing up well. What else has happened? It's now like the middle of June. I'm not a good vlogger. I kind of forgot about it. But I went to another concert. I saw Superheaven. I forget the first band. I forget the first band that opened for them. But they were good. They were like shoegazy. They were pretty slow. They were pretty good. And then we saw Modern Color. Modern Color is really, really good. I was blown away by their set. They And then Superheaven, we went down into the pit again. I told myself I wasn't gonna mosh this time, but you know, when it happens, it happens. I'm just so happy to see them back, you know? Like when I discovered them in like ow, I have a fucking lash in my eye. But I discovered them in like 2015-ish. So to see them like coming on tour to fucking Canada is crazy to me. And it just makes me so happy to see them getting the recognition they deserve. Like I saw a fuck ton of kids wrapped around the venue waiting to see them, and like they were going crazy in the pit and screaming. It made me so happy because like these are the bands that deserve it. They have been going for so long, and like this scene was so small for so long. So to see them finally get the recognition that they deserve, it makes me so happy. And it also reminds me of, I was talking about this with someone in the pit when we were waiting to see Militarie Gun back in May. That was just a special day as a whole, because that day, it was May 8th, I think, and it was the day that Basement put out their new album. It was the day when Movements was putting out new music, Turnover, Citizen, like all of these bands that I loved back in the day, like 2015-ish, around that era. And it was just like we were marveling in the fact that this scene is alive and well. And we were talking about it, and I think we both kind of came to the conclusion, I mean, this is already known, but I think Turnstile, the band, if you don't know them, you should check them out. But I think that they really are, they were the catalyst. They were the lightning rod for the whole scene, because when they put out Glow On back in 2021, and then they went on tour with Blink-182 and all that stuff, like they went so mainstream that it was like a ripple effect, you know? Everyone was into that band, so they started getting into the bands that were associated with them. And now we have a new Basement album. Now we have Superheaven coming to Canada. Now we just need Title Fight to get back together, and then we'll be set, baby. So to tie up this vlog, I almost didn't make this vlog, to be honest. I was about to like delete all the footage and just like disappear from the internet, because I have been battling with that. Like, to be quite honest with you, I hate social media. I hate being online. I hate all of that. I think it's all very fake. It's all like manufactured, artificial dopamine hits. And like, I've already been through my like addiction with social media, and I know that it's just not good, and I don't really like it. However, I have been trying to shift my relationship with it to where it's only used for creation. So yeah, there's a part of me that wants to disappear and never be perceived by anyone, but then there's also a part of me that feels like the world we're living in, I feel like we need more fat bitches being loud on the internet, you know, and not just dumb men with podcasts. And not skinny girls telling you to act your weight. There needs to be fat bitches being loud on the internet. So here I am, and I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, I guess I shall see you next month. I'm gonna go get some tooth gems today, but you're gonna see that in the next vlog. So bye.